Namaskar. I have never addressed my guru as Bhai Ji. I've always called him simply as Bhai. I feel in that one word, all my respect, my admiration, my love, my awe of him, it's all reflected in that one word. So I've always called him Bhai. Bhai has uh, this charismatic magnetism in him, and that together with his very loving personality and his loving nature, he makes you feel like he's you're very close to him. Everybody feels me and everyone around him. Everyone feels like Bhai belongs to me. Bhai is mine. Everyone feels like that. Ever since I started learning tabla from Bhai, that was in 1988, I have always been amazed by his simplicity, his honesty, his humility, and his dedication to his tabla, and his loyalty to his gurus. These are some of the things, apart from tabla, that Bhai taught me indirectly by exemplifying. Like he himself, he became a living example of these qualities, and it was like this is what he taught. This is what you have to be like as a tabla player, as a disciple. This is what you must be like. As far as tabla is concerned, I think I feel the single most priceless thing that Bhai taught me is the meaning of the importance of the methodology and the magic of riyaz, practice, what it means to do riyaz, and what is the proper method of doing riyaz. That's the most priceless thing he taught me. Of course, there are a lot of other priceless things that he taught me, but I feel this, among all of them, this is the most priceless one. He gave me an in-depth understanding and a different perspective on tabla and the gharanas, the traditional compositions, as well as his own compositions. Yes, Bhai was an amazing composer, and you need to really listen to and look at some of his compositions. Like he had kaidas and peshkars and relas, chakradars, gat tukda, tihai, everything, and not just in teen tal. I mean, like in every tal. So you really need to listen to them and understand them to realize the brilliance of this great composer that's Bhai. And uh, he gave me all these inputs. And I have always been amazed at the variety in his compositions. Such a large variety of compositions. It's really difficult to uh, understand how he can imagine something like that. Such a beautiful composition. How can he imagine something like this? That's really amazing. Bhai has been kind to me in many ways. First of all, accepting me as a disciple. And after that, another kindness he showed me was by making me, having me play lehra on the harmonium with him for his performances, many of his performances, in fact. I remember it was just about a year and a half I had started learning with him in 1990, and Bhai was conducting a 3-day workshop on tabla. It was a lecture and demonstration at Gandharva Mahavidyalaya, Vashi, Navi Mumbai. And he was conducting it with a couple of other tabla teachers. And I was among the participating students. So there was this time that Bhai had to demonstrate something, and the Lehra player, for some reason, he had not showed up that day. So there was no Lehra player, and then I was sitting in the audience, and Bhai says to me, "Rashmin, come on." I said, "What?" So, "Come on, you play the Lehra." I said, "What, me?" So he said, "Yes, come on, come on." So I was scared. I had never done this in my life. I had not ever accompanied Lehra with anybody, let alone Bhai. But he said, "No, no, no, come on, do it." And well, I went up on the stage and I played it. You see, this is the hallmark of a great guru. A guru who has the vision and he has the judgment to see the potential in a student. Well, even I didn't know that I could do this, I could pull it off, but he had the full confidence in me that I could pull it off. So that's what he put the responsibility on me and he made me do it. And like when he calls me, he tells me to do something, there's no way I can refuse it. There's no way I can refuse him. So when he says do it, I just do it. And that's how it started. And after that, I have accompanied him on so many of his performances, his recitals. He has had me along with him. We have traveled a lot across the country. And in many of the performances, in fact, most of them, for me and even for Bhai, it is a stage to stage. There are no rehearsals, there are no practices with Bhai. I've never seen him practicing. I've never seen him doing rehearsals in the green room just before the performance. Like playing something in Hath Garam Karna, yeah, you're warming up your hands, nothing. Most of the time, he would be one of the senior performers. So, and senior performers always perform last in our Indian traditions. So, he would be seated somewhere in the audience and listening to the previous performers before him. So, when his turn comes, he is directly on stage and me with him. So, for me, it's like a really scary thing. I'm so nervous because I need rehearsals, and I'm playing with Bhai, it's not somebody else. I'm playing with Bhai, so that's a great responsibility, and I need to have rehearsals, but there's no such thing as rehearsals with Bhai. So for me, it was a test because it was always stage to stage. For today's performance, if the next performance is 2 weeks later or 1 month later, well, that's the time we meet on the next stage. So it has been a great learning experience because on stage I got to see him up close and I could see what he's doing and how he's doing. So it was a great learning experience for me. Another great thing, amazing thing about Bhai is that he never was bothered about the sound system. He was never bothered about it. I've never seen any other tabla player like that, just start playing. I remember a couple of times, a couple of performances, something went wrong and the power was out, and along with the power, the sound system was gone. He did not stop, he did not even pause. He just went on as if nothing happened. And believe me, after the recital, there were people from the audience who came and they met us, and I heard them telling that Uh, it was no big deal. I mean, we could hear you pretty loud and clear, as if the sound system was not necessary at all. There's people from the audience who came and met him and told him, this I've heard with my own ears. So that's the most incredible thing about him, that he never bothered about the sound system. Uh, he used to he used to always say that sound system is the sound man's job. Well, let him do it. I don't have time for this. And you would just start playing there. The most incredible thing I've seen. Another amazing thing about Bhai is in all my years with him, I've been so close to him and I've spent a lot of time with him. I've never ever seen him angry or irritated, really furious or something like that with anybody or anything. He's always cool and calm and composed and loving and affectionate. I don't know how he does that. But really, if I imagine if it was me in that place, or if there was somebody else in that place, they would really explode and bring the roof down. But not by. He's always calm and composed, smiling. So I don't know. That's one of the most amazing things about him. I is not only my guru, he's also like a father to me. And the amount of love he has showered on me, I cannot even begin to tell you. I speak of Bhai in the present tense because I really don't feel like he's left me or he left any of us. He's right here. Whenever I think of tabla, he's there in my thoughts. Whenever I think, whenever I'm doing my riyaz, I'm doing my practice, with every stroke I play, with every composition that I play, he's there with me. He's right there every time. I can even sometimes I can see him sitting there in a chair and looking at me with that typical smile of his. So I really don't think he's left us at all. He's right here with us. And I feel like he's immortal. He is with us through his teachings, his thoughts, and all the compositions that he has taught me and all the other disciples, and he has entrusted to us. This is Rashmin Bhagwat, and I feel so lucky, honored, blessed, grateful, and proud to be Bhai's disciple. Thank you.